The newest season of Singles Inferno has been nothing short of a roller coaster, with love triangles, fiery rivalries, and jaw-dropping moments keeping fans glued to their screens. But just when we thought the drama couldn't get any more intense, the spotlight shifted to Yuk Jun Seo, one of the show's standout contestants, and not for the reasons you'd expect. From his alleged problematic past to a controversial scene with Lee Si-an that left fans outraged, it's clear there's more to Jun Seo than meets the eye, and not all of it is pretty. You would be wrong if you thought Jun Seo was just another relatively unknown Singles Inferno contestant hoping to find love under the island sun. Unlike most of his fellow contestants who are experiencing their first taste of fame on the show, Jun Seo is an already well-established public figure and actor, making his presence on the show all the more intriguing. Long before he captured hearts in Singles Inferno, Jun Seo was fighting for his life in the Iron Squad, also known as Steel Troops, a high-stakes military survival reality show where elite soldiers and veterans went head-to-head in extreme physical and mental challenges. As a former member of the Korean Navy's underwater demolition team, a force inspired by the US Navy SEALs, Jun Seo had already proved himself as someone who thrives under pressure, something that definitely came in handy when dealing with the challenges in the intense survival show. But that's not where his career ended. In 2023, he took his talents to the world of K-dramas, landing a role in the hit Netflix thriller Sweet Home, where he played Bang Jin-ho, a soldier fighting for survival in a monster-infested world. Fans of the series may also be surprised to learn that Jun Seo wasn't just in front of the camera, he also contributed to the show's amazing visuals, helping design real-life models for the mutated creatures that later came to life through CGI. Before he started taking the entertainment industry more seriously, Jun Seo was mostly focusing on his work as a visual artist. Over the years, he became an accomplished artist with a deep passion for painting and drawing. Just last year, he hosted his first solo exhibition, Cranium, at the Gumho Albert Cultural Space in Seoul, showcasing a mind-blowing 12-meter installation that explored the tension between discipline and freedom, two concepts he knows all too well. When the brand new season of Singles Inferno first kicked off, Jun Seo stood out immediately, effortlessly winning over fans with his good looks, mysterious aura, and that nonchalant energy that made him seem like the perfect reality TV heartthrob. He had the kind of screen presence that made people lean in, whether it was his unique fashion sense, his intriguing backstory, or the effortless way he carried himself. There was something about him that felt like a breath of fresh air. For the first few episodes, fans were obsessed, calling him one of the most promising contestants and even comparing him to Singles Inferno's biggest breakout star Dex from season 2. But by episode 4, everything changed. What started as admiration quickly turned into frustration, with fans calling out his terrible treatment of fellow contestant Chung Yoo-jin and his overall attitude taking a turn for the worse. At first, it seemed like there was something brewing between them, a natural chemistry that had viewers rooting for what could have been one of the season's most interesting connections. But as the episodes went on, it became painfully obvious that Jun Seo's approach to dating wasn't as smooth as it first seemed. Suddenly, his mysterious persona started feeling less like effortlessly cool and more emotionally unavailable. Fans pointed out that his biggest red flag was expecting a lot from Yoo-jin while giving her almost nothing in return. After coming back from Paradise with another girl, Jun Seo held a grudge against Yoo-jin for not immediately approaching him, even though he was the one who had just been on a romantic getaway with someone else. Fans were quick to call him out on his double standards, pointing out that he had every opportunity to initiate a conversation with Yoo-jin, but chose to sit next to her in complete silence, expecting her to chase after him. Even more frustrating was when she rightfully started talking to Theo, only to be met with a cold and distant attitude from Jun Seo, as if she had done something wrong. Another problem was the way he started framing Yoo-jin as being fake in their early interactions, implying that her bubbly personality wasn't genuine, which sent social media into a frenzy. Fans rushed to defend her, calling out the double standards of penalizing confident, cheerful women while letting emotionally unavailable men off the hook. The internet quickly turned on Jun Seo, with people calling out his hypocritical behavior and linking it to previous contestants like Gwon Hee of season 3, who expected women to constantly reassure him while openly exploring other options. Many felt like he was trying to replicate the Dex formula, but was missing the charm and authenticity that made Dex a fan favorite in the first place. Some even speculated that Jun Seo wasn't used to women not falling for him immediately, which explained his reaction when Yoo-jin didn't cater to him the way he expected. As more episodes dropped, the situation between Jun Seo and Yuk Jun only seemed to spiral further, leaving fans increasingly frustrated with his behavior. What started as subtle tension between the two quickly escalated into full-blown disappointment as viewers noticed a pattern in the way Jun Seo treated Yuk Jun in communal settings. During episodes 5 and 6, the contestants were all gathered together in a shared space and Yuk Jun waved and acknowledged Jun Seo. Instead of reciprocating the feeling or even engaging in the simplest of interactions, he deliberately ignored her and shifted his attention to Min-sol instead, leaving Yuk Jun completely out of the conversation. Fans were quick to notice the coldness in his actions, pointing out that it wasn't just a one-time occurrence. Jun Seo had repeatedly brushed off Yuk Jun throughout the season, acting distant whenever she tried to interact with him. His blatant disregard for Yuk Jun's existence did not sit well with viewers, who immediately took to social media to call him out. People were furious at how he had gone from being the guy everyone was excited about to someone whose actions felt dismissive and, at times, unnecessarily cruel. The frustration wasn't just about the romantic aspect of their relationship, it was about basic human respect. Even if he no longer had feelings for Yuk Jun, fans argued that there was no reason for him to treat her as if she didn't exist. Just when things couldn't get worse for Jun Seo, the backlash over his problematic behavior led to something even messier. A full-blown investigation into his past, and let's just say what fans found was shocking. Allegations surfaced that he had created a webtoon containing offensive remarks about disabilities, derogatory references to mothers, and even inappropriate jokes about women working in adult establishments. While the webtoon first came under fire in 2021, it didn't gain much traction at the time. But now, with Jun Seo's rising fame on Singles Inferno, the allegations resurfaced in full force, igniting an even bigger wave of outrage. The webtoon in question, titled Invisible Triple Kick, was reportedly published under an online ID that matches Jun Seo's Korean name. A viral thread on social media quickly gained over 5.5 million views, exposing screenshots of the controversial content he allegedly created. One scene from the cartoon featured a supermarket named with a phrase considered an insult toward mothers, while another showed a character mocking individuals with disabilities. The backlash only intensified when fans discovered that the webtoon also introduced a character described as a leader of women working in adult establishments, raising even more concerns about Jun Seo's past mindset. According to reports, Invisible Triple Kick was first published in December 2012, which means that Jun Seo was just 16 years old when he allegedly created it. While some fans have defended him by saying that teenagers in 2012 spoke differently and lacked awareness, the majority of viewers weren't buying that excuse, especially given how much time had passed since then. The timing of these allegations couldn't be worse. Paired with his Singles Inferno behavior, the controversy has only fueled the growing perception that Jun Seo isn't just emotionally immature, but someone with a deeply problematic past. Fans also pointed out that in 2021, when the webtoon was first exposed, Jun Seo's management company at the time, IOK Company, failed to issue a response, and now that he's no longer signed to an agency, it's entirely up to him to address the allegations head-on if he chooses to respond at all. Just as the backlash over his past controversies was reaching its peak, his on-screen relationship with fellow contestant Lee Si-an took an unexpected turn, leading to one of the most controversial moments of the season, a bed scene that sent the internet into complete meltdown. During a recent episode, Jun Seo and Si-an went on a date that ended with them heading to the room together. As Jun Seo mentioned where he planned to sleep, Si-an suggested that they stay in the same bed, and without hesitation, they settled in for the night. By the next morning, they were still lying side by side, marking the first time in the show's history where a female contestant openly shared a bed with a male contestant. While bed-sharing scenes are a common trope in Western dating shows, in Korean reality TV, moments like these are rarely shown, and when they do happen, they tend to stir up heated debates on social media. But this wasn't just about cultural norms. Viewers were furious, not just because of the scene itself, but because of everything it seemed to represent. Online chaos erupted, with netizens creating a mega thread on social media where they voiced their disappointment, discomfort, and outright anger at both Jun Seo and Si-an. Some viewers felt that the scene was an example of Si-an's growing indecisiveness, especially since she had been entertaining entertaining multiple male contestants, including Taeyo, and had only recently been seen reciprocating his attention. Others, however, placed the blame squarely on Jun Seo, accusing him of manipulating the situation and aiding the decision to move things along too quickly. Across social media, fans were completely divided, but one thing was clear: this wasn't the romantic, exciting moment that the show likely intended. Instead, it was being seen as the final straw for Jun Seo's already crumbling reputation. Some viewers outright stated that the moment showcased the worst in both contestants, arguing that it felt less like a natural development and more like a strategic move that solidified Jun Seo as one of the biggest red flags in the show's history. At this point, it seems almost impossible for Jun Seo to bounce back from the damage. What started as a promising run on singles Inferno has spiraled into one of the most dramatic falls from grace singles Inferno has ever seen, and it's left to be seen how this will turn out for him once the show is over.